Welcome to Flash Fright Studios, where every story begins in the dark and ends somewhere you'd rather not be. Tonight's tale takes us into the heart of a silent radio station on a stormy night, a place where one man's voice kept lonely listeners company long after midnight. But what happens when the broadcast doesn't end? Even when the host disappears, turn down the lights, keep your volume just high enough to hear the whispers. This is the last broadcast. Rain fell relentlessly over Bhopal that night, turning the streets into rivers of reflection. Inside a lonely radio station, the air buzzed with static and the faint hum of old machines. Arav Mehra sat before the microphone, his tired eyes half hidden behind his glasses. The clock on the wall ticked toward 3 in the morning. He had hosted Voices in the Dark for years, speaking to an audience that may not even exist. But tonight something felt different. On the desk lay a weathered envelope, the paper soft with moisture, the words on it smeared but clear enough to read, "Play at 3 a.m." Arav turned it over in his hands, half amused, half curious. He found an old cassette inside, its label torn away, its surface cold. "Good midnight, Bhopal," he said softly into the mic. "This is Arav Mehra, your lonely voice in the dark. Tonight we've got something strange, a tape left at the door, no sender, no message, just a warning to play it at 3. He slid the cassette into the deck. The reels began to spin. At first there was only static, a low hiss like breathing. Then came a woman's trembling voice, faint and afraid. "If you're hearing this," she whispered, "it's already listening. Don't turn around while it plays." Arav frowned, letting out a nervous laugh. "Nice prank," he muttered. But the air felt colder. Behind him, a chair creaked. His reflection in the studio glass flickered. For an instant, he thought someone was standing behind him, tall, still, featureless. When he turned, there was nothing. He tried to focus. "All right," he said quietly. "You've got my attention." But then came a whisper, soft and clear. It spoke his name, Arav. His throat tightened. The whisper came again, closer, almost beside him. He turned down the volume, but the sound didn't fade. It wasn't coming from the speakers. It was inside the room. The old rotary phone on the desk began to ring. He hesitated, then picked it up. "Red FM," he said cautiously. "Who's calling?" Static filled the line. Then a woman's voice, the same one from the tape, spoke through the noise. "Why did you play it, Arav?" He froze. "What are you talking about?" he whispered. The voice trembled. "It told me to send it. Now it wants you." The line went dead. The tape began to play again, but this time the voice was his own. "Good midnight, Bhopal," it said smoothly. "This is Arav Mehra, your lonely voice in the dark." Arav stepped back in horror. The tape reels weren't even moving. The soundboard lights flickered red, rising and falling like a heartbeat. Then, all at once, the power failed. The booth went dark. Only the red glow of the mic light remained, dim and trembling. Arav's breath shuddered in the silence. Slowly he leaned forward and whispered, "If anyone's listening, don't play the tape." The clock struck 3. The red light blinked twice, then went out. A few seconds of silence passed before the mic light turned back on by itself. A new voice spoke, deep and calm. "Good midnight, Bhopal," it said. "This is Arav Mehra, signing in forever." When the police arrived the next morning, the booth was empty. The console still glowed. The microphone was live. From the speakers, Arav's voice continued to play in an endless loop. "Good midnight, Bhopal," it said again and again. "This is Arav Mehra, your lonely voice in the dark." Neighbors swore the transmission carried beyond the station. Some heard it through dead frequencies. Others heard it in silence after their radios were switched off. The studio has remained locked since that night, but sometimes on rainy evenings when thunder rolls across the city, the faint red glow of the "on" AIR sign still flickers behind the dusty glass. And if you stand close enough, just for a moment, you can hear it. That same voice, calm, endless, whispering through the static. "Good midnight, Bhopal," it says. "This is Arav Mehra, your lonely voice in the dark." You've been listening to the last broadcast, a story from Flash Fright Studios. If you enjoyed drifting into the dark with us, Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more chilling tales and haunting visuals every week. Until next time, keep your lights low and your volume lower.